Well, there was a great article in the New York Times today, and it's about these app developers that are making apps for people to apply for government grants. And it's just what I know they've always been around. There was sort of like, I think one is called App for America. But this is about a fellow out in California for food stamps and things like that. They're trying to do uh, make it easier to apply. And it's a great story, and it shows actually the politics involved. There's some in politics that don't want to make it easy, and things like that. But if it was something for rich people, they'd want to make it easy, right? And so that's politics about you. But what's interesting is that how the data they have about who's applying and who doesn't, and it shows like 82% of only 82% of the people who are eligible for food stamps apply. So that means there's 18, almost 20% of the people don't apply for food stamps who are eligible for. 20% of the people, actually 22% of the people, don't apply for earned income tax credit. And listen to this: 75% of people that are eligible for a TANF, temporary assistance to needy families, don't apply for it. Wow. I'll show you what that data looks like for real. Okay, here we have it's a total of 19 million people. And these are like the three basic programs for people who need income that we have in this country. So, so 19 million people who are eligible, not eligible to apply, this is eligible to receive the money. Okay, not to apply for the money, receive the money. We're all eligible to apply, but we probably won't receive it. So that's what's important, because a lot of people, well, you're eligible to apply. Sure, if you live in America, you're eligible to apply. But this is eligible to receive. And this is how many receive it now. SNAP, which is the food program, 42 million people are getting that now. 25 million people are getting the earned income tax credit. And that is still now. Now, that's really big. That ballooned this year. And this stage is about a year or two old, before the pandemic. And here, about a half a million people are not getting TANF. Now that's the what we used to call welfare, and that's only 24% of the people. So, how many people did not apply who could get the money? Okay, 9 million people for food stamps. Okay, for the food money. And that's a total of average of about $4,000 a year. So there's 9 million people in the United States are leaving $4,000 a year on the table and not taking advantage of it. Okay, there's 7 million people in the United States are leaving an extra $2,400. It could go up to $3,600 or more from the earned income tax credit. That's through the IRS, but that's cash in your hand. You don't have to pay taxes to get that, or be a tax person at all. And you get that. Now, TANF, temporary assistance for needy families, that's 2 million, almost 1.8 million people to get $5,000 a year. Wow. I mean, isn't that amazing? I mean, that's remarkable to me. And we don't spend money. See, none of these programs have money to advertise. And that's it. The rich people will hire accountants to find out what they get. Okay, if you're not rich, you're not going to find an accountant to get all this stuff. And that's how the rich people get their stuff, by hiring accountants to find it. And that's why I sort of feel maybe I'm the tax guy where people don't have money, because these are programs that are typically not through the tax system. But if they were, then the rich people would always get it. That's why the rich people things come through the tax system. And the people that aren't rich, you gotta figure it out. Okay, so how do you figure these? How do you know if you apply for that? And that's right. Now there's so many people with low income, man. You just figure it out and apply. Okay, how do you go to figure it out? Okay, there's 3 or 4 organizations. One, your community action agency. Now, you go to one, you go to all of them to make sure you get everything. So Community Action Agency, they know a lot about these basic programs, and that's a good place to start. If not, then the 211.org, that's a place to start. 211, and you look for financial assistance or whatever, and you'll find it there. And then findhelp.org, that's another one. And then the other one is, when all those don't work, is you contact your elected official. That's who you want to call if you just call them. I mean, the fat cats know all that, and they'll be on their doorstep. They'll be taking them a lunch. But you have the same right to use these people to find what you're eligible for as any fat cat. The fat cats know that, and that's why they show up on their front desk or door, whatever. But see, people without money don't realize that, and so there's nobody telling. See, if everybody goes to an elected official and bitches they can't find this thing, then they're going to pass a law because they want your vote. If you're not bitching, they're not doing anything, unfortunately. And that's how they vote, because you are in control of if they stay in their job or not. So that's why you can't say, oh, you got to use your elected official, because that's your only hope. Particularly when all else fails, because that's how you get things changed. They're not making these apps in a lot of places because of politics. But if even somebody who doesn't believe in them thinks that, oh, I'm going to get a vote, they have a come to Jesus moment and help you. So I'll put this report in the bottom if you're watching this on YouTube, so you have all this information and a link to the article if you want to know about that, and then all the link to the sources I used to get all this data. And data tells a lot. So we have, we set up a program since I don't know how long has TANF been around. It's been under a couple names already, probably since Roosevelt. And only 24% of the people who are eligible apply. They don't need the money? That's crazy. You'd think if we were giving out a benefit in the tax system, in other words, the Treasury is going to have less money to pay for programs, defense, or whatever we want to pay for, if we give somebody a tax credit, right? Or a tax break or a deduction. They do that. But a fat cat's not saying, oh, I don't think I should. I don't need that money. I don't need to apply for that tax break. No, the government needs it more than I do. I'm living well. No, call my accountant. Hey, Bernie, my attorney, Bernie, get me that tax credit, right? So why is it that the people who aren't making $250,000 a year, and by the way, a lot of benefits are going up to over $250,000 a year. That's what astounds me more than anything. But the people really need it. People, who are below poverty level, below $20,000, $30,000 or $40,000 more, and I'm sure there's a hell of a lot more people, in that duck soup now that are eligible for it. So find out. You're low income. Find out about those programs. How to apply for it. It's 9 million in one, 7 million in another, and like 2 million in the other. $4,000, $2,400, $5,300. Man, $10,000 sitting on the table. Well, that's more than 10, isn't it? 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's there waiting for you. Don't wait.